Hello, hello. So for this week's message and for this month's message, I have been guided to do it a little bit differently. I have been writing you messages over the last several months, and I hope you've been enjoying those emails. For this message in particular, I saw myself doing a drawing for you. So when I see myself doing something, I know that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And I also have this feeling in my body, like kind of like a tug or something that's pushing me or pulling me in that direction. So for September's messages, I'm going to be doing a drawing for you. And if you are new to my work, a little bit about the tools that I use. I use drawing and sound as remote viewing tools, which are beautiful because they're diagnostic and therapeutic at the same time. So what that does is it allows me to access the information that's needed for the session or and at the same time, it begins to harmonize and transform it. For today's message, you might get some of that transformational quality. I don't know what's going to be coming through until I get there, but it will definitely be informative. Another place where you can experience this for yourself, because it's definitely an experience to be had, is in my monthly sonic acupuncture sessions. I have one coming up September 6th. I'll have the link in the email for you to register for that event. If you haven't tried it out yet, please do. People are having amazing experiences. As an acupuncturist, one of my intentions and mission is to harmonize the nature of oneself. So I help use these sessions to help you transform pain in whatever way that it shows up in your life. So pain is that life force that moves through you, and when it's not moving, it causes obstruction. It's stagnating that life force, and it can cause pain in your physical self. It can show up in your relationships, in your financial health. It can show up anywhere in life because it's you that you're experiencing. I invite you to come check out the sonic acupuncture session. There's a lot of opportunities that you have to experience this work for yourself and transform your pain into harmony, health, vitality, ease, being able to be here in your body. So let me just dive right in. I've got a couple of things showing up on my iPad. Let me just clear that for a second. I was hitting my iPad as I was talking to you. Okay, so let's dive right in and see what we've got for September. Okay. So for this, I'm kind of seeing like the ocean, and there's a lot of movement here. I'm also seeing a plane, so I don't know if anyone's going to be traveling this month overseas or over the water. I'm also hearing the word rescue. So another thing, I just want to pause here and say, if you read last week's email, one of the things that I was realizing as I was curating my sonic apothecary, which are all the sonic sessions you have that you can download and keep for yourself, I was reviewing the drawings, and 2 months before the Maui fires, that session was all about fire and even drownings and stuff like that. And then 2 months later, there's the fire, and the drawing actually looked a lot like the map, which kind of blew my mind. But I've seen that in my work before. So, if something's not relevant to you right now, it might be in the future, or it might be speaking to the collective. I just want to put that out there. And this is messages for the month ahead. So we're using this in kind of a predictive kind of way, right? So there's a lot of physical patterns in this one here. That's Osho dreaming. Kind of just questioning like the body, like how the body maybe there's a feeling of betrayal around the body. The body hasn't really been supporting you. You feel like you're doing the right things, but it's not been there for you. There's just like this disconnect of like it's like you're here and your body's here, and there's no cohesion there. And so you're wondering about the body a lot, and not feeling supported by it. It's not allowing you to. Maybe you're very exhausted and you're not able to do the things you want to do, or your joints start to hurt lately and things like that. So that vitality is being compromised, and yet you feel fine, except the body's not there to support you in your life and what you need to do. There's a lot of pressure on you. I feel like there's the weight of the world going on. So there's a lot of pressure in the weight of the world. It's like getting harder and harder to be here. You can just feel the weight of everything. Now, I just want to invite you for a moment just to kind of just step outside of that weight and really see how much of that weight is yours. Or maybe you're just feeling the weight of the world, right? You're feeling the weight of those around you. Maybe people in your life are going through really difficult things. Maybe people in your house are going through difficult things, and you're feeling that and believing that's yours. But is it really? So see if you can just set that aside and just check in. A lot of us are really empathic, and we're picking up on things that aren't ours. We believe it is, and we begin to identify with that. So it's a really beautiful skill to start to cultivate this discernment of, is this mine? Is this not mine? Right? So you're feeling this heaviness and the weight. But if you were to go out into nature completely by yourself, where you're free of distractions, free of other people, free of technology, you can really begin to feel your own energy, you most likely will find that what you've been feeling isn't yours. Okay, so it's a really good practice to take some time for yourself, where you can be in your own space, where you can hear yourself, feel yourself, really understand the thoughts that you're having, and are they yours or are they not yours. So this weight really isn't yours, is what I'm saying. You might have some of that in there, right? But most of that heaviness is the heaviness that you're feeling in the collective field. And we don't have to attach to that. That's really a choice. When you become aware of that, then you have the power to choose, and you're in a very empowered state, right? You have leverage. You get to choose, do I want to tap into that pain of the collective, that heaviness, that weight? And I've been talking to a lot of people this last week, and they've been feeling depressed over the last 2 weeks. Maybe you're one of those people. So I've been really supporting them and moving that energy and clearing that with them through acupuncture, through sound, with compassion key work, really beautiful things to clear the field, to clear your field, to clear your energy so it can start moving again. So already you might be noticing some lightness happening, right? Can you feel that? When we bring awareness to something, it shifts it. So that's one of the beautiful things I love about this work. And there's also this sense of backtracking, like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. You might be working really hard and you're seeing some momentum, and then something happens. Maybe you have an accident. Maybe, you lose some money, or, you're not seeing the momentum that you'd like to see. Okay, so a couple of the things that are coming up around that are the way that you are moving through time is different than the way time is moving itself. Time's been coming up a lot for me lately with the books that I'm reading, and I'm really starting to meet time in a new way again. I love, playing with time, being outside of time, parallel universes, all that kind of stuff. But I'm really starting to, take my awareness around time to another level. Now it is a construct, so we do exist beyond time. I don't want to get too metaphysical and esoteric here, but I want you to check in with your body and ask yourself, what do I have time for? What do I have space for? So this is some of the questions that I've been asking myself, because I feel like when I'm practicing something, oh, do I have time for this? I have a new puppy and I have all these things going on in my life. What do I have time for? Time is a finite thing in our dimension, but it's really, there is no time. It's a construct. So how can we navigate this realm beyond time? So I started to realize that it's what I'm making space for. And even though I might not be, applying or spending 2 hours on something, it is part of my day and I do have space for it in my life. And that really started to create a lot of momentum and freedom and things. And I was getting a lot more things done with less time. So I'm all about simplicity and ease. So how can I make things a lot more simple for myself? How can I make things easy for myself? And this is one of the ways that I've been exploring recently, and it's been beautiful. So yesterday, I'll just give you a personal example, I was very tired. I didn't sleep the night before for whatever reason, yet, there were things that I needed to do. And I didn't think I was going to be able to do them because my body wasn't supporting me. The fatigue was really, really, really heavy. So then I asked myself the question, what do I have space for, not time for? And then I started to feel and see different, oh, I have space to do this, and I have space to do that, and I have space to do this. And guess what? Everything got accomplished. I got everything done, and I had the energy to do it. Okay, so I just want to help you reframe the way that you're meeting time, because that time is an additional pressure. How can we make more space? What do I have space for? And see what happens. So this, having to do is intertwined with time. There's no time to do it. What time do you have? Okay, just start to pay attention to how you're spending your time. It's like currency, right? It's a construct that keeps us trapped. So how can we free ourselves? What do I have space for? Because everything is space, right? And go into the science of that. 99.9999% space. What do I have space for? And see what arises and play that game for a while and notice how things start to shift and how much more energy you have available to do the things that you need to do and love to do. And it's all going to be okay. There's some pattern here about worry and fear. We all share this collective fear. Our nervous systems are definitely overworked and overwhelmed, and like it said earlier, you're feeling it. We're feeling that. We're feeling, even if it's not you, you're still feeling it from others. And if you're not, that's great, right? If you're really, that's great. So really just stay tuned to the information that you're getting from the outer world. Everything in your outer world is information. So it's giving you feedback of how you're feeling inside. It's reflecting your inner world. So just pay attention. Keep your focus here. Keep your focus here. How are you feeling in response to what you're noticing or thinking? What's coming? What information are you getting? Okay. And is that fear yours or is it not? There's a lot going on here in a sec. Let me just pick up. There's information coming through here. So we can use that information as wonderful feedback to help us make different choices. And I'll give you another really, another personal example is, I have a new puppy, Osho, who is sleeping right here. And you may have been, reading that, my journey with him recently. And he's giving me a lot of information, and it's a lot of feedback. And it's feedback about changes I need to make. So my new family and the dynamics between him and the kids can be one of, of harmony, really. Lilu has been exhibiting some behaviors that I didn't know she had before Osho came into the picture, such as food aggression. And there's been a few fights, which has been really scary. Thankfully, no one broke skin. I'm the only one whose skin got broken, but they didn't hurt each other. But it's still really scary. And that was information is like, well, I need to make some changes here. What do I need to do? And so in that quest, I attracted a situation, a dog trainer, whose methodology I really appreciate, which is all about teaching them to make choices, and then they get rewarded based on their choices. And it's a very Montessori type of style, right? They're learning by doing. And so they start to just exhibit the behaviors you want without having to impose anything on them, which is really beautiful. And so that was information that I needed to find something else because what I was doing wasn't working and what I knew wasn't enough. But we're getting that information all the time, right? So if you're having something in the outer world, which we were talking about earlier here in the drawing, that's reflecting to you that something's not right, okay, so you check in with yourself. What do I need to do? What kind of changes do I need to make? What solution? There's a solution out there. What might that be? And then just open yourself up to that question and see what shows up. I asked the question, and this dog trainer's information came across my field, and it pulled me in. Okay, so I'm following the information. I'm following the response my body has towards this information, and it's led me into a really dramatic change in their behavior after just implementing one of the games that I learned from her, which I'm really excited about. The whole house, because we have 9 dogs in the house, the whole energy changed from this one thing. And I'm watching them and noticing how they are, and that's giving me information. Yes, what I'm doing is working. This isn't working. Okay, so that's how we fine tune. Everything that we've been talking about today has been really about checking in with yourself. Is this mine? Is this not mine? This is showing up. How do I feel in response to that? What can I do? What changes can I make in order to create a shift within myself and how I feel about that? And then you're going to see that response in the outer world. So it's this constant dialogue or dance that you're having with the universe based on how you're feeling. So everything is information. You have a response to that. You get to choose on how you're going to respond to that when you pay attention to what that is. If you're not sure what that is, you can ask a question. What I need a solution, right? What do I need to do here so I can have harmony? Okay, so my question is usually, how can I create harmony in this situation? Bringing everything back into balance, ease, and flow. How can I create flow here? Okay, how can I get this chi to move? What do I need to do here? So invite yourself to find the answers by asking the right questions. Explore, and know that everything will be okay. Everything is okay. Check in with how you're feeling. If you don't feel okay when you say that, a part of you doesn't believe that, that's okay. That's okay. We have tools for that, and I can help you with that if you need more guidance on how to integrate those parts that are still living in fearful states, that are still traumatized, that are still fragmented. Okay, we have beautiful tools to help you integrate those wounded aspects of self so you can live a life of ease, so that outer world reflects the light of who you are, right? Okay, so that's the overall theme and message for this month. I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know what resonated with you, and have fun exploring that. Have fun exploring the world as information, right? Have fun discerning, is this mine, is this not mine? Get to know how your body is communicating with you. It's giving you information all the time, and what you broadcast out into the world is giving the world information. And so it's this beautiful, dance with the universe. This is dialogue that's happening all the time, whether or not you're aware. But when you become aware of the information, that's where you begin to find your power in your creative self, where you begin to feel more at ease in your body. You begin to feel safe being here. You begin to trust your guidance and intuition, and the benefits are, multi-dimensional, really. Your pain transforms. All of this beautiful stuff can happen as a result. So I wish you a beautiful exploration of the information in your world, and I hope to see you at the Sonic Acupuncture session on September 6th. And if not there, at another point in space and time, right? Another point in space. So what do you have space for? It was beautiful to share this space with you, and thank you for coming together with me to harmonize the nature of oneself. Blessings.